common occurrence I'm seeing in my ankylosing spondylitis clients is that there isn't just pain in the spine or into the SIJs. There tends to be pain into other muscles and joints. The one I'm seeing a lot of is the knees. So you wouldn't normally hear about knee pain and ankylosing spondylitis, but for sure I'm seeing in a good few people that other joints, but let's talk about the knees specifically, are getting quite big fluid buildups or swelling or just pain there. And the question is perhaps, is this linked at all? And the point I kind of wanted to bring across in this video to help people out is, if you've got knee pain and you've got AS as well, unless there's an obvious injury linked to it, obviously rule that out. But if you're not sure and it just seems to be coming back with no injury happening or nothing, that's no knock, then I would probably assume that it's also related to AS, even though perhaps it's not said that AS is in the knees. So the thing I wanted to talk about first is how the link with the HLA-B27 gene to AS, and then also how that's linked to reactive arthritis as well. If you haven't got the HLA-B27 gene, this still applies to you. You'll still learn from this. But let's just talk about that for a second. So this hypothesis here is basically a commentary where they hypothesize how the HLA-B27 gene predisposes to ankylosing spondylitis by altering the microbiome. So people aren't sure how the HLA-B27 gene actually plays a role in causing AS, but there's a huge link. Most thing is 90% of people with AS have the gene. Doesn't mean you're going to get the disease. It doesn't mean you can't get it if you don't have it, but there's a huge just link there. So what's actually going on, and what they're actually able to show with a lot of evidence and pulling together a lot of different studies, is how this the HLA-B27 gene actually doesn't cause AS, but it is able to alter the microbiome and the gut flora to the point that is then going to induce AS through the bacterial issues. So with the knee pain, what I want to talk about is how HLA-B27 is also linked, or there's a high amount of people who have reactive arthritis who have HLA-B27. So is the same thing happening where the HLA-B27 gene is altering the gut flora that's also increasing the chances of an inflammatory process in the knee? Now, is this called ankylosing spondylitis or is it called something else? You can call it whatever you want, to be honest, from my point of view. The idea is, okay, the gut flora has been altered and this is why you've got knee pain there. So let's go back to the upper level, to the gut flora, deal with that. And then the pains you're getting along in the different areas, different names, different levels, they should hopefully, be cured or ease up or be fixed. This commentary is super interesting and basically summarizes what I expected would be the case. And that's how it all comes back to the gut flora. And this gene, it's not some special gene that actually tells your body to attack your own joints. Perhaps it has other mechanisms of how it kind of misfires with molecular mimicry with some of these bacteria, but for sure it makes sense how this gene is actually going to play a part in how your microbiome is formed and what ratios there are in your gut, because we know for certain this actually points towards autoimmune issues, points towards gut degradation, points towards ankylosing spondylitis. They mentioned in this commentary about Klebsiella and how obviously there's a lot of links between Klebsiella and AS. And again, could the HLA-B27 gene be playing a part in the buildup of Klebsiella in places we don't want, or just its buildup in general? But Klebsiella does make up a high majority of SIBO. So is that gene playing a part in this buildup of this bacteria? And is this bacteria causing AS? For sure. And also, can it cause knee pain? Can it cause knee swelling? I see people also with neck pain. I see people that have psoriatic arthritis as well as AS. Again, is it this similar bacterial issues that are causing a firing of different immune responses? Is it actually the same bacterial issue that just can pick a joint to then, or the same bacterial issue that then causes the inflammatory response, and your body will basically just go to a certain weak point, and that'll be where the pain is taking place? There's a lot of things to think about. But yes, the main thing I want you to take from this short video is basically I'm seeing that people with AS don't just have spine and SIJ pain, they also have pain elsewhere. So if you're that person, perhaps just treat everything like it is related to AS. It's related to the gut. There's lots you can do about the gut. There's a hell of a lot you can do about the gut, as I've talked about a lot. Diet, supplementation, the big two. I've made a blueprint for this if you want to see this in my description. But don't waste time thinking that it's something else. If it's knee pain, if it's knee swelling, if it's, shoulders I've seen as well, treat it like it's inflammatory. Do as much as you can gut-wise, diet-wise, if you're not doing this already. And you're only going to benefit anyway. And you can kind of see perhaps, is this linked? If you do it all, the AS pain goes down, but the knee pain or the shoulder pain continues, perhaps it's something else. But you're going to benefit no matter what. Ankylosing spondylitis, reactive arthritis, call it what you want. For me, the same thing, the same route applies. And this is the thing you should be focusing on, is your gut bacteria, your gut flora, the functioning of your gut.